Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and today I'm going to take you through some sort of Regency baking. So I went through 2 Regency cookbooks at the beginning of Jane Austen July looking for potential recipes that I could make. However, I quickly learned through going through all of those cookbooks and a couple of documentaries that Regency food was chock full of dairy, nuts, and/or shellfish, all of which I am allergic to. And they were full of them in such a way that I couldn't find good replacements to use. However, in this book, Jane Austen's Table by Robert Tuesley Anderson, I was able to find one recipe. These are sort of pseudo-historically accurate. He tends to take Regency recipes and then put a modern day little kick to them. So as I was going through, I found this recipe for a gingerbread loaf, which I could have made a few alterations to and made, but I wasn't sure about the whole adding pomegranates thing. But then it occurred to me this recipe was very similar to a gingerbread recipe that we already make, which came from this cookbook, Vegan, Vegetarian, Omnivore by Anne Thomas, which takes a recipe and gives you a couple different ways to make that recipe depending on if your guests are vegan or just vegetarian, or if they are omnivores and will eat anything. So I have used their recipe for gingerbread instead, which is great because it is some allergen friendly. This recipe is indeed vegan. It is suitable for people with dairy allergies and with nut allergies, and indeed with egg allergies. I am not, but if that is a concern for you, this will work. The only thing I would say is it is not gluten-free. And I don't know enough about gluten-free flours to know if there is one where you can just substitute a gluten-free flour and it will turn out the same way. But that is all from me. Here's to voice over me with some instructions. First, you are going to start with either fresh ginger. This could work with stem ginger, or here I used crystallized ginger. And just chop it or grate it quite finely. Then dissolve 2 teaspoons of baking soda in a cup of boiling water and just set it to the side. Then combine 1 cup of sugar, a half a cup of vegetable oil, and 1 cup of molasses. Then mix in the baking soda and water mixture. Then add that minced ginger from earlier. Then stir in a cup or 8 ounces of pumpkin puree. Then add 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a half a teaspoon of cloves. Also add a half a teaspoon of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of salt. Then add 2 3/4 cups of flour and mix until it is smooth. This makes enough for a 9 by 12 inch tray bake. However, I decided to make one round one because it's prettier and put the leftover batter into individual brownie tins. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for around 45 minutes, depending on the size of your pan, of course. Once it's cooled, the result is spongy and delicious. As I tried to show in the next few clumsily filmed clips, it's hard to film one-handed. Let me know if you try this recipe, how it worked for you, or if you have any questions. And until next time, be safe, be well, and happy reading and eating. Enjoy!